Welcome back to another episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We are Gigachad, the Demigod Ice Elementalist. A variety of things have happened last episode. We found a bunch of spellbooks, decent armor, decent equipment, pretty good quarterstaff, which we got from a scroll of acquirement. We have not found the lair yet, but I imagine we're gonna this episode. And we've just been chugging along. Hasn't been that many scary moments. We only have 2 teleportation scrolls, though. It's definitely not great. One thing I could do, we ran away from Sigmund. Who's up on a higher floor. Hold up, that fucking wyvern fucked my ass up. Probably should be less daring. Don't think I can just quarterstaff shit yet. Are you actually kidding me? Can I zap? 17% chance? Fuck. Okay. He's not resistant to poison. He does do a bunch of poison. I mean, he's not resistant to cold. He does a bunch of poison damage. He's probably faster than us. Now we can just run. Well, let's go fight Sigmund. Fuck that shit. We're gonna have to go through a different downstairs as well. Sigmund should be on this floor. Might have some cool equipment. And more importantly, just cool experience points. Boom. We absolutely can quarterstaff anything up here. Yeah, that's everything. Not gonna fight Crazy You if you can actually save him. Now that presumes we're gonna get the Orb of Zot, but it's a good habit, I think, to let him chill in the tank. It's a Steam Dragon. Didn't get its scales. Steam Dragon scales would probably be the best for us. Okay, interesting. There's the Black Knight's Barding, which would be plus 14 AC. A heavy barding made from pitch black steel and inlaid with plates of black diamond. It once protected the steed of the Black Knight during their reign of terror. Those who wear it become partially undead, gaining some of the benefits without the unfortunate downsides. Although the great weight of metal and stone slows the wearer somewhat. And then there's some crystal plate, which I think is the heaviest type of armor, which is very cool. For the same reason we skipped a floor against Sigmund, I think we super duper need to skip a floor against Daemon or whatever his fucking name is. He would poison the shit out of us and just instantly kill us. You are probably immune to poison, right? Or resistant. Oh, it's resistant cold. It's not very resistant cold. It was worth smacking. Found the Orcish Mines. That's a little bit scary of an enemy group, but I think we could probably fight them. Especially because there's a hallway. There we go. It was out in the open, obviously. They'd tear us up. Yak's pretty dangerous. Single yak is not that dangerous, but usually they come in groups. Oof, that's pretty rough. Can I charm you? 1% chance to affect? Doesn't seem like gonna, but you know what? I think we can probably fight the Death Yak. It's only got 77 HP. But we've got AoE and intelligence and stuff. Probably we can't fight more than one of these guys, though, because we're already tapped on mana. I guess I'm just going up a floor, seeing what is good up there. Cool. Kind of a shitty situation. Let's see. Are you resistant to anything? Nope. Steam Ball does a lot of damage, but okay, that's pretty horrible. Dude, how many fucking orcs are there? Get out of here. Dude. There we go. Smacked him. I think we can fight Daemon, Maimon, Mr. Mon. Much more than we can fight plural Death Yaks. So that's why I'm exploring. I mean, if we just don't encounter him, that's also fine, I guess. Got a Wand of Ice Blast. It's very thematically appropriate for us. Guess I'm gonna... Oh, you're still here, huh? Okay, pop in the scroll teleport. Jesus Christ. I we used half our fucking potions of curing. Not even fully out of the woodwork yet. Out of the woods, I mean. Come on, dude. Okay, what about you? You're very resistant cold, resistant to drowning. Not resistant fire, though, so I'm going to shoot this little wand at him. Oh, you have a flaming greatsword? No, just a normal greatsword. I can probably fight him. Come on, dude. Okay, this loser's got a trident. Oh, sweet. There's even more of them. Can I enthrall you? 50% chance. I think that's probably worth going for 3 times. Can you guard this area? No. Fuck. Fucking killer bees. Alright, we're safe. We're full HP. Maybe we go another floor down. The next downstairs I see him taking. This is absolutely ridiculous. Scroll blinking's pretty good. Guess I'll visit the Orcish Mines. See how that is. Usually there's a big ass fight that we have to deal with. Start off with. I guess I'll dig into this wall. Just zap this poor warg with wand over and over. We really need a range option. Is there anything in my spellbook? Hailstorm is not really a good ranged option. I could learn lightning bolts, but we'd definitely fail. Stone arrow only has a 6% chance to fail. So that's very reliable. How much damage do you do? It's 3d10. That's a fucking good ass spell. That's basically 3 times the damage of my little freezy freeze. Okay. I guess we'll give it a test spin. Though it doesn't ignore armor, and it does chunk our mana pretty good. Okay, cool. It's a lot of duders. I'm gonna shout and try to draw them over. Zap this troll. Troll of their armor is not that bad either. It's 4/4, I think. So it decrease our AC a little bit, but it would give us regeneration, which is nice. Oh no. It's a douchebag sorcerer. Whatever, we've got Stone Arrow. Get fucking toasted. That's a Cyclops. Okay, we need to retreat from the Orcish mines. Just clearing the orcs who are going to be like immediately present. I think a lair entrance might be up in the floor with a Maimon. Mr. Poison Man, so I might as well double check. Because there's this hedge maze. That's a fucking two-headed ogre. We can probably take him on. There we go. Get fucked. What a chump. There's a Maimon's little minion, and of course he's also here. Well, first things first, I guess I'll just dig like this. That way the orange demon seems to grow toxic. Not about that toxicity. Oh. Okay, it's got a +0 Demon Whip of Venom. Demon Whips, I hear, are like the best thing in the game. That and like Demon Swords. I also will look at stats real quick, because it's got a minimum delay of 0.5, but it's +1 hit, +11 damage, or just 11 damage. So, you know, if you can get one with lightning, it can tear ass. I feel slightly more confident fighting the yaks now. Emphasis on slight. Oh my god, it's gonna fucking kill me. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yes! I mean, we can kill it if we, like, kite it. Are you sure? Get ice blasted. You little fuck. Excuse me? Jesus Christ! Fuck that fucking death yak. So not cool. There's the entrance. Of course it's where the death yaks are. Man, I actually had a Death Yak encounter in my D&D campaign. I don't know if it was on screen. That was one of the ingredients for the magic carpet. Players now rock. I need to get out of line of sight so that guy doesn't banish us. The fuck out of here, bastard. It's another Death Yak. We can 1v1 Death Yak. The problem for us was the pluralness. Oh, there's the plural right there. Okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. Okay, cool. As long as we do it this way, it should be fine. Just picking off one at a time. Welcome to the Hall of Fun. Probably can't fight this guy, not reliably. Just gonna retreat up the stairs and rest. We can fight it now that we're full HP. Oh, just barely. Yeah, give me more normal yaks. I can deal with the normal yaks. Is that all of them? Yeah, so I had a Death Yak encounter, but unfortunately it like happened at night and fucking tiny hut spells retarded, so didn't end up mattering. By that I mean like they could just shoot it outside of the hut, so it posed no threat to the party at all. Which was very lame. That was something I took from this game, so that'd be fun. It's very like corny as a concept, right? It's like it's a yak, but it's fucking evil. Yeah, thirst for blood. It was neat. Wasn't I going to the lair? Yeah, let me check this out real quick. Oh, it's an 8-headed Hydra, making sure we can never go to the lair. Sweet. It was like a 6-header or something, maybe. I feel like I'm gonna have to get deeper into the main dungeon. Shit's only gonna get more fucked for us though as time goes on. A vampire? Okay, it looks like it's a normal speed creature at least. Okay. You might be able to kite the Hydra, I guess. I think the Titan is more fightable than the Hydra, though. As fucking ridiculous as that sounds. Ugh. High Priest. What's your HP like? 55? Yeah. I figured it'd be. Not too terrible. a little bit risky to fight this guy, not near walls, but static discharge actually has been fucking shit up. I'm thinking what's happening is it's like bouncing back and forth between me and the target. Because it feels like it's doing more damage than the freeze, even though it says that it's not really doing more. Maybe I'm just getting lucky and hitting with the static discharge over and over. Let's see. The ogre's struck by an arc of lightning. The ogre's struck by an arc of lightning. Okay, so it's getting struck twice. Cool. So that is more damage, I think, than the freeze, which is like 1d11. Oh, because it's at 100% power, it just never gets stronger. Whereas this thing's only at 40% power. Cool. Man, when imagine the 100% power on the frozen ramparts, pretty freaking crazy. Just in terms of like range. So I'm pretty sure that increases too. Okay, there's Seata. Never played as this character. Journeyman, Minotaur, Berserker of Trog. Has 100 HP. Smack for 19 damage. 6% chance to hit you. Is this including or excluding my armor? It's also resistant to cold, or primary damage type. It screams, I was like you once. Well, I'm not going to end up like you. Surely, Copium. There's not even much in there. Just 12 gold pieces. No, wait. Plus 19. Yeah, I don't think that's worth fighting Ghost for. Maybe in the future for the XP. Okay, that's pretty god-awful. Is there any non-horrible entrances? Oh, sweet. Both of them are there. In the same spot. So, if shit gets fucky, I just will not be able to go down here. At least for a while. Alright, you better not confuse me, motherfucker. And a little bit risky here, but I figured they were going to path into the cold. They don't seem to want to avoid the cold because it doesn't register to them as an environmental danger. And try to draw over some more orkies. Yeah, you think you're fucking cool, dude? I can shoot shit too. That's a lot of duders. Let's see. I've got a ton of all the stats. I guess I'll increase my dex so that I have slightly higher evasion. Maybe that's a mistake. You get diminishing returns from the stats, so that's the only thing that's like, you know, doesn't really matter that much. Cool, he's receiving 0 damage. Think this guy's probably too tough for us. Yeah, he hits for 45 damage each time. We have 10 AC. Oof. Alright. Well, is there better armor in here? Is there another shop? There's not another shop. I guess we're going to the lair. Surely the Hydra will no longer be... Oh, no, it's right. It's right where we left it. Let's see. Obviously, first step is to get away from it. How much HP do you got? 71 HP. which is more than us. It can hit for 18, 8 times because it's 8-headed Hydra. Get Ice Blasted real quick. I think it'll step into the teleportation trap. Yeah. Now it's gone for a little while. Not really super threatened by the Blink Frogs. Oh, they recognize the Frost Zone? Interesting. I'm pretty sure when an unintelligent mob, like, or even an intelligent mob gets teleported, they don't like path their way back to the zone where it was before, so I think we're safe. I see a magical dagger. Now it'd have to be pretty good to be better than the staff. Let's see. The +5 dagger of defenestration. Int -5, dex +2, resist electric, and Vorpal. Yeah. I mean, like, I do want resist electric, but like... Oh, the Hydra's resting. That, or there's 2 Hydras on this map, this floor. Each equally possible. Is there any spells I can learn? Hailstorm would be pretty good. Still a mile away from learning Ozakobu's refrigeration. Could learn Lightning Bolt, but I think Stone Arrow's doing pretty good for us. A 1d36, and it can hit same target twice. Interesting. Might be worth learning Confusing Touch. Can I use that? Well, wielding club? Might as well give it a try. Or a quarterstaff, I mean. Oh, okay. That could be our Hydra killing spell. So when you confuse a Hydra, it goes apeshit. Oh, or we could just kill it. Okay, awesome. It's 1 Hydra down. It's gonna heal a bit. I think the electricity automatically hits, which is really nice. Stone Arrow seems to just do absolute shit ton as well. As I said before, just fuck shit up. I want to go around to this side. Okay. The wall freezes the Hydra. Hydra dies. 2 Hydras down. Get out of here, Basilisk. Alright, that's another floor done. Starting to hit that 30-minute mark, so I think I'll put a cut recording here. We've started to encounter a lot of troubles. Part of me wants to burn my scrolls of enchant armor, though the question is what would we want to use it on. Probably the Acid Dragon scales, though it would suck if we found like a Steam Dragon or something. Our lack of AC is going to be our downfall. That's pretty much my thoughts. Bouncing back and forth, hitting our head on brick walls. It feels very anemic of a run, but we might be able to power through it with some kiting. We have 3 scrolls blinking, 3 scrolls teleportation, so we still have pretty good tools in our tool belt. This combination of scrolls basically means like 3 encounters that we can just abort without dying, which is good. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time for more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Goodbye!